welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today we are going to take a little walk down memory lane. So as I was thinking of things I wanted to do in June, with my birthday being this month, I thought I'd share a little bit with you about my story in skating, my history. So I dug out a few scrapbooks for you. We're not going to go through everything because that would take way too long, but I found a photo album, 2 photo albums, and a scrapbook. And I found a VHS tape of my first skating competition. That is out to get transferred to digital, and as soon as it comes back, I will post a video where we can watch my first skating competition. But in the meantime, we have some albums. Yes, oh my goodness. So I started skating, roller skating at 5 years old. My mom put my older brother and sister and I in a roller skating class. So there was a roller rink about a mile from our house. I loved roller skating. I still remember those lessons. 5 years old, I remember being at the roller rink, earning little ribbons for moves, and I loved it. And even once my parents took me out of those roller skating classes, my friends and I and my sisters used to go out to the street in front of our house and skate all the time. We would make up little programs, we'd have competitions, we'd have races. But I remember in the early 90s seeing a production on television of Sleeping Beauty on the Ice starring Rosalind Sumners, and I just thought it was the most amazing thing. This was like a theatrical production of Sleeping Beauty on the Ice, starring a couple of Olympians, and it just captured my imagination. I already loved roller skating. I loved doing these little competitions and shows with my friends. And the idea that I could do that on ice, and it just seemed magical, and I just was like, that's what I want to do. But I couldn't do it until I could pay for it myself. I'm from a very large family. I'm one of 11 kids. And so my parents were very supportive of me skating, but I couldn't do it unless it was self-funded. So when I was 14 years old, I finally had enough money and I started a homeschool group class. And that's where this scrapbook comes in. I have my US figure skating judging forms. There's pre-juvenile moves in the field, pre-juvenile free skating, novice. I've got all kinds of things. Oh, here's my initial US figure skating application copy. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. But in here, let's go through this. Here's my resume for when I auditioned to be a show skater. Here's my first contract in this envelope. Here are my first US figure skating membership cards from the 90s. I still have those. Oh my goodness, I got 3 of them in here. This is my membership packet from my skating club, Capital City Figure Skating Club. But I want to go to the back, okay? I'm going to skip through some of this good stuff because there's a lot in this scrapbook. Here are all my receipts from private lessons, by the way. So back here, I used to keep track of every time I went skating what I worked on and every time I had a lesson. So these are little train tickets because I took public transit to get to the rink. My mom had kids at home she was taking care of, so I took public transit to get to the ice rink and back. But here we have, took my first ice skating lesson, ran out of time, had to wear shorts, froze. I remember that. I was frozen. I took an ice skating class in March, in shorts, I froze. Learned the spiral, snowplow stop, crossovers, wiggles, cannonball, shoot the duck, lost my screws on my right heel. A nice man fixed it for me. Spent $5 on skating and $1.25 on the light rail. So cute. I have pages of this. I started with group classes and very soon knew I really wanted to take private lessons. And so when I was 15, I got a job working as a DJ at a local roller rink. Happened to be the same rink that I started skating in when I was 5. So that's a nice full circle moment, right? So that money that I earned from DJing at the roller rink, I could then turn around and put into my ice skating. So I finally could afford private lessons, I could afford more ice time, I could afford to do competitions. Up until then, I was going to group classes and practicing as many hours as I could possibly get in. But once I got that job as a DJ, the ice skating world opened up to me. So I have this photo album. Now in 1997, I was in my first competition, all right? And I came in 4th place. I fell twice, ended the entire program on my knees because I fell out of a spin. Came in 4th, which was last. Okay, there was 4 people in my category, if I'm being honest. I remember being so overjoyed that I got to compete. It didn't even matter that I came in 4th. So this is me in my first skating dress that I made with my first medal. How special is that? This is me standing in front of the podium, and I am absolutely grinning ear to ear. I felt like I won. I did it. I got out there, performed in my first skating competition, fell twice, got up, bowed, didn't even matter, got a medal. I was thrilled, grinning ear to ear. If you have seen one of my ice dancing videos, you will remember Jane Throckmorton helped me with that video, and here she is stretching me out for one of my best programs. My mom suggested this music. I skated to I Believe I Can Fly, and I remember setting up for a great big flip jump right on I Believe I Can Fly, boom, flip jump. I loved it. I won every time I did this program, and here she is stretching me out. This one is just before the competition where she's just keeping my spirits up and getting me emotionally ready to perform, to compete. And this is me on the top of the podium this time, not down on the ground in front of it, but on the top of the podium, again, grinning ear to ear. I just loved getting to perform, loved getting to compete. So I Believe I Can Fly. What a great memory that is. So just after my 21st birthday, I retired from competitive figure skating and became a show skater. And that is a chapter that I am so grateful that I got to do. Skating was all self-funded. I paid for my sessions, my private lessons, my skates, my skate sharpenings, my competition fees, I made my costumes, I paid for my costumes, I paid for the travel, like all of that was self-funded. So I worked really hard. In my late teens, I worked 3 jobs to pay for skating. And so to become a show skater felt like I had now I could get something back from all of the investment I put in as a kid. Plus, it was just an awesome experience. I love performing. As I said, I loved competing. I loved the performance aspect. So getting to do that professionally all over, getting to tour, see the country, what an amazing thing for a 21-year-old. So here's some pictures. This is from my first show with my partner. This was sort of a country cowboy themed, as you can see from his cowboy hat there. This is me in a Christmas show we did, a little cute number with the little Santa dresses on there. This one is one of my favorite photos of all time. I'd love to have a poster made out of this one. I love this costume, and the photo is just magical. I was always a member of the chorus. I was never quite amazing enough as a skater to be a soloist, but getting to be part of the chorus was still a really great experience. It's hard work. You have to always work in timing with everybody else. You're spotting to make sure you're lined up with the person next to you. You have to be very careful of the counts to make sure you're doing each move at the same time as the rest of the group. So being part of the chorus is really challenging, but such a great experience, and I'm really glad I got to do it. So just like my skating journey, my coaching journey started with roller skates. I started teaching on roller in my late teens. So I have been coaching since 2006 on ice. This is a photo from that first semester. I'm teaching a pivot in one of those beginner classes. It's been years now of coaching. It's been an amazing experience. I've gotten to work with some really great people. So that's just a little snapshot of my skating history. Looking forward, there is still so much I want to do. Obviously, I love working on this channel, and as long as I'm working on this channel, I've got to keep my skating skills up. There's also skating tests I'd still like to take, not that I need them for competition, but just for my own personal satisfaction. And I hope that I can keep doing competitions and performances as long as possible. All right, if you enjoyed this, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I'm looking forward to reading all your comments in the section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell down in the corner so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.